Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Top Tier Talk. In a weekend of WrestleMania and F1, football takes centre stage again, with Graham Potter being sacked after Aston Villa beat Chelsea 2-0, Arsenal tear apart Leeds 4-1, and Manchester City steamroll Liverpool with the same scoreline, Luton win the M25 derby and send Watford packing, and Newcastle boost the top four hopes with a win over Man United. So, let's get into it. Who do you want to start with? Let's start with
I want to start with United. No. Let's start with United. I want to get this.
No, start with you.
away.
Yours is boring.
Okay,
So boring.
Yeah, early kick-off. Let's start with the Liverpool City game. Thoughts on that? Did anyone actually watch it, or are we just gonna?
Yeah.
I was very
thoughts on that
excited
one?
when Liverpool scored their first goal. I was like, here we go. And then they just crumbled. They just played terrible. I don't know what happened to them. Harvey
Been the
Elliott
story
shocked
of
him.
their season,
Fabinho
really,
shocked
innit?
him. I don't know what happened, but none of them were playing with like the Liverpool. What are you doing? Putting your hand up. All right. Yes, Jabez.
I'm joking. I was going to say, Man City, they did play incredible, but you know when you have an incredible team and they get given a chance by the referees and they, take full advantage of it. Rodri should not have been on that pitch. That second tackle he made was, I've seen so much less get so much worse. And yeah, it's because, have you seen the thing about Rodri, how he gives to charity, he donates to, donates to charity. He looks okay. He doesn't look dangerous. He went to university, got a degree. All these things come into it with referees, it seems, that they look at the person and they make the decision. Because if that was Casemiro, that man is in prison right now. And if that was Xhaka too.
That
was
every single time.
I said Xhaka.
No,
Xhaka,
I agree.
If that was
I agree.
Xhaka.
If that was Xhaka,
Two players.
Yeah.
Two players who just have this predisposition and they get sent off for much less. So yeah, Man City have this thing. You know what they do, cynical fouls. But aside from that, they were unbelievable second half.
Yeah.
Some of the best football I've seen from them this season. They're at their best right now. They're at their peak. And funnily enough, it was without Haaland. They looked really cohesive at the front. They looked much more fluid in their attack. Another option, I guess, for Pep, but I don't think you drop Haaland with the goals he scores as well. But it's interesting because Alvarez, by the way, brilliant player. Like, we don't get to see him enough. He's a great striker.
Great player.
Would start for Arsenal, would start for Chelsea, would start for Man United, would start for Liverpool, would start for Tottenham. No, he wouldn't start for Tottenham, but that's the only other club. And aside from that, he's a great striker and he's on the bench. So
And Grealish was very good.
Grealish was fantastic.
brilliant.
Yeah, Grealish.
Yeah.
Let's go to Arsenal then.
Yeah, following on.
Yeah, love to
Close
see it.
fight,
Jesus started his first game in a while, scored a brace. Love to see it. I know one of them was a penalty, but the other one, little tap in, you love to see. He's on the score sheet back. He's integral to that team again. I feel like we're coming back. Ben White's a shithouse masterclass. You love to see it. As I said, to be fair, but before this Leeds game went ahead, I was pretty confident in this game because it's at home and Leeds are pretty much a shambles at the moment. I was pretty confident in what we could do with our ability. It's annoying that obviously we conceded. Obviously Ramsdale doesn't get to have his clean sheet, but it is what it is. We still get 3 points. It's good to see that Saka got a bench as well, to be fair, because he's been playing every single game of our campaign this entire season. So it's nice to see that he'll be prepared for that Liverpool game this coming weekend, which will be a very nice and tasty game. There's nothing much to really go on, really. Everyone played a fantastic game again, but it's like I don't even know how to put it. It's like that phrase out of that film. I don't know which one. It's the hope that kills us. Because obviously, I remember when we were talking like a couple of games ago, and it was like there's 12 cup finals left, and now there's 9 cup finals left now. So, look, going into Liverpool away, because obviously now that 3 points is over and done with, great game. And unfortunately, I didn't really get to watch it because for some stupid reason the UK can't show 3 p.m. kickoffs because they got some stupid licensing bullshit getting in place. Makes no sense. But here we are. Going into the game with Liverpool away, it's a fortress there. Don't get me wrong, Liverpool are a shambles this season, but for some reason, whenever any team goes to Anfield, Liverpool smack them. It goes to show when Man United went there and got smacked 7-0.
Well, beat City there as well this season, haven't they? They beat City.
Yeah,
They did.
Yeah,
They have.
So it's a fortress there, and we've got to take it as if it's a fortress. We can't go there, obviously, looking at their previous form, thinking this is going to be a walk in the park because they've been beat 4-1. They've been beat by Bournemouth. They've been jumping. We've got to look at it and think, right, this is going to be one of our toughest games this season, which we need points from in order to secure a higher kind of less heart rate into going for the title charge.
I think this is almost a bigger game than the City game in the respect of as you said, you go to Anfield and you're not expected to win at Anfield.
I'm worried.
It's a tough place to go.
I am very worried.
You look at Man City.
I still think they're the favourites going into that Liverpool game.
Yeah, but it's still not going to be an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. No. Whereas obviously you go to the Etihad and it's like, you ask most Premier League fans, even Arsenal fans, they could steamroll you maybe not steamroll, but do like they did the Emirates, because it was comfortable for them. It was sloppy. It was easy because they capitalised on. So you look, you go to Anfield, and if you win that, it's almost like a City perspective. It's like if you carry on winning, but City keep on winning, it's almost like City could just go like it's just frustrating.
The thing
And
is
they
as
might lose
well.
their heads.
The thing is as well is that like I feel like this game coming up against Liverpool away as well is if we go into that game and magically, and I say this with a heart of gold, magically win and get 3 points at Anfield. I don't know. I just don't. I think every fan has got to agree that we actually have that in the bag now. Obviously, yeah, Man City away is still going to be probably a loss as well because they're on top form as well. But you got Liverpool away
I
and
don't
Man
agree.
City away, but who else are we facing? Newcastle away,
It
I
doesn't
think.
matter who you face. It's each game. The Prem is so unpredictable.
But I'm saying levels of difficulty.
Okay, on
Liverpool
paper,
and
yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
Liverpool and Man City are the games to kind of go, well, let's see what we can
And
do here.
Newcastle.
And Newcastle, yeah, but
And Chelsea. Yeah.
well, I don't know about that.
New
Laughable
Chelsea.
stadium.
I think in terms of City's games, they only have really well. They have Chelsea. I don't know if that's a big game, but
Yeah,
they're at
exactly.
home for that.
Chelsea,
and then they've the big ones. Brighton. They have Brighton away from home. I think that's quite a tough one.
and then they have us as well.
But that's
one final question
Man
before we
City's a
move on,
default
Elliot.
win at home.
You're going to be spending 28 grand to go and watch the last game of the season?
No. Fucking idiots who put that ticket up is embarrassing. 28 grand to go see the last
I
game.
think
of
the people
season.
that buy that's embarrassing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just think that's stupid. Like, to
I
be
think if
fair,
you've
like,
got the money, you go. No,
what, 28 grand?
if you're like a millionaire, you've got.
Well, yeah, if I was a millionaire, but that's a different
You'd have
story.
a
I'm
season
not a
ticket
fucking
anyway.
millionaire.
You'd already have a box there if you were.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't buy a spunk of 28 grand on a stupid ticket. But I don't know. But it's that, as I say, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm pretty scared going into that Liverpool game. That's it from me. There's nothing more.
Is it just don't lose at all costs? You take a draw, same as the City game almost.
I wouldn't be upset if we lose. This is the thing. Like, it's a game that
You should
it's
be
tough. Well, I don't know what you.
It depends how you lose. It depends how you lose.
Yeah, if we get
No,
dominated,
You're in a title race. You should expect.
No, the thing is, 2 draws there, they've probably won the league with 2 draws at City and Liverpool. I mean, look at the gap. 5
Yeah,
points. That's brilliant.
That'd be 5 points with 7 games to go.
Yeah.
Still got City still got Bayern to play. I think the one thing that helps Arsenal is that they've only got league games left as well. City's still in the FA Cup and in the Champions League, aren't they? So
Yeah.
Yeah, and Pep would buy Pep. If you had to choose, you'd pick the Champions League over the.
oh, definitely,
100%.
100%. Yeah, cool. We move to
Manchester United.
Moved. Manchester.
Go on,
Chavez.
Okay. I'm going
Chat
to
to
take my
us.
first L of the day. First L of the day was that I said that we wouldn't lose another game this season. The logic I used for that was that we didn't lose when Casemiro was absent. This time around, Casemiro was absent and the whole midfield just looked at shambles. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's up with our players, some of them, because people complain about Ten Hag and how he doesn't rotate enough. He did a bit there. McTominay played, and well, guess what? Didn't work out. McTominay in the attacking midfield position. He looked at the Scotland games clearly, and yeah, it didn't work. Diego Dallo, I think you can always question the manager. I think the one thing he did in that game, which I really found strange, was playing Dallo over Wan-Bissaka, because in that final, Dallo started and got absolutely ripped apart by Saint-Maximin. Wan-Bissaka came in, second half was man of the match in the whole game. So probably should have started with Wan-Bissaka, but it's quite obvious that he wants to move him on because Wan-Bissaka is not the profile, is he? Even at his best, Ten Hag seems to pick Dalot over Wan-Bissaka. So aside from that, yeah, shambles. They ran more than us. We did less. We were poor. We have no threat going forward with the 3. That 3 is very dysfunctional now. We're starting to see it. When it's Anthony, Weghorst, and Rashford, they can't play together. It doesn't work. We need to change that. And I think for everything Weghorst gives off the ball, there comes a time when you have to start looking at the goals. And if the other players aren't scoring, then you look at your striker, don't you? He's not got a Premier League goal yet. So I'm so glad Martial's back because that little cameo he played, he was really good. So hopefully Martial doesn't get injured next game. I don't want goals or assists from Martial. I just want him to survive. Every match that he survives is a win.
Chavez, I've got a question. I've got a question for you. Are United getting top 4?
Yeah.
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 Can I cook? Can I cook him?
But based on the games left, do you think we won't get top 4? What do you predict? Because obviously you can say what you want.
I think if you don't get top 4, then you have no right, and you have to apologise for putting Ten Hag in your top 5 active managers in the world.
But he won a trophy. He's won.
It doesn't
the first
matter who won a
available
trophy. Let me bring you some stats.
Well, what if we win the
He's
Europa
got his
Cup?
notes
only
up.
3 last season. at this point, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, after being sacked as well, had 47 points. Ten Hag has 50. So you're only 3 points better off than last season.
And we won a trophy.
It
And we're
doesn't
still in the
matter.
other two
You're flexing an energy drinks cup trophy.
Trophy's a
Is that
trophy.
much- Is that much with 300
Trophy's a
million
trophy.
extra spent? 300 million.
It doesn't matter if you call it an energy drink or what.
Last week, Chavez,
it's a major
you-
trophy.
What about when it was
De
the
Gea's
Carling
the
Cup?
biggest
It's a big
problem.
trophy.
Listen, last week you said De Gea's the biggest problem at your club. This week is your striker doesn't bring goals. You had a goal.
No, but we know De Gea's. I'm not going to repeat
Cristiano
myself. De Gea's still the
Ronaldo
biggest
and Ten
problem at our
Hag
club.
didn't play him, and now you're complaining about goals.
Yeah, but what Weghorst brings off the ball
What
is
does he
still
bring?
more
You just
important.
said you need a striker who brings goals. If he doesn't bring
Harry
goals,
Kane?
fuck
Is
me,
Harry
what does
Kane
he
the
do?
answer to your question, Chavez?
Yeah, but in that game we needed a goal, and you can't really look at him because he's not there
He's
for that.
zero
But
Prem
everything
goals.
else he provides.
Was it worth?
Well,
Was it
when-
worth getting rid of
Thing
Cristiano
is,
for zero
Weghorst
Prem
isn't going to
goals?
put. No football player puts in the same performance every game, and in that game, Weghorst didn't put in the performance he
has
does off the
zero
ball,
Prem
anyways.
goals. Zero.
So-
What do you mean so?
What
Don't be
about Modric?
I thought, okay, do you know what? The one game that mattered this season so far that we played, the genuine game that mattered, the final that led to the trophy. Weghorst played really well. That's what we can judge on. We have two more big games left this
Do you
season.
think it's a successful
if we play them
season
in the
if
final.
somehow you don't make top four and you leave with
Didn't
just the
use the
League
word
Cup?
sensational. I think he's just doing his job. He's a stopgap who came in for £0 million. So for on loan.
But, I don't.
I'm not going to. I'm not
So
going to
do you-
judge him like Ronaldo, who completely disjointed our team off the ball.
He
I mean, the
disjointed
whole
because he wasn't given game time by Ten Hag.
he was
He
made
did-
captain. The
But
week
Ronaldo
after.
didn't
He was made
deserve
captain.
a load of game time. It comes to a point where you can't look at it and go, "It's Ronaldo. You have to play."
You need
Because-
goals,
Oh, see you later, mate.
and your striker brings 0 goals. The striker.
Oh
you
yeah,
had
no,
last season was
I'm not saying
saving you.
I'm not saying
He's
Veg.
carried you
Yeah,
in
100%.
terms of goals.
Ronaldo carried them
This
last
season.
season, but
Yeah, really,
it's
Yeah,
all.
but
he
you
brings-
can't
but there's a-
expect
but
like
there's a
we
difference
weren't going to
between-
sign Kane midway through the season, were we, Aussie?
But I think there's a difference between you look at Ronaldo last
Stupid.
season scoring loads of goals and him. You could potentially argue negatively impacting the team. Whereas you look
Because
at
he didn't get
Haaland
a
this season.
chance. He
Whereas you
didn't
look
get
at
a chance.
Haaland this season. Haaland scoring
He didn't
bags
get
of
a chance,
goals.
Daniel. He didn't get a chance.
Last season you got a chance. This season,
Well, he did get a chance to me. He
wasn't
has an
great.
incredible amount of minutes this season, and he scored 2 goals, I think.
Two
I mean,
more
his-
than two more than Wu.
No,
Two more.
Weghorst has 2 goals as well in all comps.
In the
I don't
Prem,
think
in the
Ronaldo had one
the
goal
Prem.
in the Prem, I
In the
think, and the
Prem.
other goal was against FC Sheriff.
It's laughable, mate. Honestly, it's laughable.
Okay, so would you have kept Ronaldo after everything he did, the interview, everything?
honestly, the interview, all of that happened because of his lack of game time, and he didn't come on against
Because he
City, did
stormed off the pitch, and the week later, after that, Ten Hag made
Was
him
it
the
the
captain.
City
Is
game?
that
The
why?
City game, he didn't bring him on. Am I right in saying that? Was it that game when you?
No,
when
it was
you-
the Tottenham game where he was going to bring him on, and Ronaldo said no and stormed off the pitch.
No.
Something
but it's
I've never
because he
seen
didn't
from a
come on in the
footballer in
game
history.
before. Listen,
Who does
all
he
of
think
this-
he is?
Huh?
Cristiano
All of this
Ronaldo.
like he didn't come against City. It's Cristiano
Well, where is he
Ronaldo.
now? He's in Saudi Arabia.
And he's
He
scoring
He's
thought
goals.
he was Cristiano
37,
Ronaldo.
38 years old. Like,
He's scoring goals, and
Yeah,
you're
he's
complaining
at
about
Saudi
lack of-
Arabia because his petulant act. When he
And
should be
you're-
Europe, by the way, he's good now.
And you're
But he was
complaining about a lack
petulant.
of goals. You're complaining about a lack of goals, and he's scoring.
Yeah,
goals.
in one game. I'm complaining about lack of
No,
goals.
it's not in one game. He's got 0 Premier League goals. Is that acceptable?
Well, he has 2 goals in all comps, and the game that
Oh, in
mattered
all
this
comps,
season, he was
okay.
brilliant.
to be fair, hold on. Before you carry on though, Amir, I do want to bring up a point that Daniel actually said. Obviously, Woot's not got a single goal for Manchester United and the Premier League, and granted, it is what it is, but he cost nothing. Mudryk.
This
Has-
energy
how
from
many
Mudryk
goals-
right now
how
must be.
many-
Listen,
It
we
must
can
be
have
How
that
many
insurmountable.
goals does
in the
Mudryk got for
Chelsea
Chelsea
segment.
Football Club in the Premier League?
But it's not even that.
Do you know how
But
much
you
money
can
you
see-
spent on
And you
Mudryk?
spent about 8
Put me
million.
for the
but
Chelsea. We're on United.
Ignore
We're
the
on United right now.
Ignore the Mudryk thing. That
Put
was
me for Chelsea.
to take the piss. But if I agree with what Chavez is saying, if they went and signed like for example your Felix deal, if they'd have done that with Weghorst, then that would have been a massive.
100% more.
Then it would have been
Weghorst. 100%.
then- I know as a striker, and strikers tend to have to score goals.
Well,
but
no,
you
but
look
we-
at
The
Shit, that's
the
their own
profile
job.
we're looking
Exactly.
for isn't
But-
Oh,
but
that's
Felix
fucking
type of
cold,
mid.
no,
Strikers
How
have
many
to
goals
score
has Felix scored? What are you on about? How many goals has Felix scored?
3, 4, I think. But
That's
what I was
not
gonna
too
say.
much more
But-
than Weghorst
but-
if he's
but
that
Rashford-
astronomically
in the
fit.
Prem.
If you look at Rashford's covering for the
Mate,
goals,
the Prem's not the only
Weghorst is allowing
competition.
Rashford to play his game.
Why was he on about in the Prem? In the Prem,
Because
there
you're
are other
complaining- Are we
competitions.
not talking about a Prem game that just occurred? Are we not talking about Prem?
Yeah, but you can't discount a player's contribution in another competition, which led to a major trophy, which is bigger than anything Felix has done for Chelsea.
This all comes back to my main point of last week that De Gea is not the biggest problem at your club, and it's other areas you should be focusing on. And that was the overall point. And we obviously went on to I brought Ronaldo and stuff into it. I just think that what you do is you overplayed how amazing Ten Hag is. Like I like Ten Hag, he's a great manager, he's a good manager, but you overplayed it, and then you went from title race to we're definitely getting top 4 to in your.
Where did you predict Man United to finish when you knew what Ten Hag had signed? Where did you predict us to finish the season? Did you say top 4?
No, I didn't think top 4.
So how can you now put Ten Hag down by saying that you should have
exactly.
He's in the top 4
This
now.
is such strange logic. You know, Ten Hag is exceeding everyone's expectations. No one put him top 4. I'm a Man United fan in this podcast, and I didn't say we'd get top 4. At the start of the season, that's what you look on, right?
You said you're in a title race for a week.
That's why I still keep the thing with Elliot and Arsenal that they should really not get annoyed if they don't win the league.
But they
target this season was top 4.
Back to my point that I've made previously that ambitions change as the season goes on. You can do that.
You said you wanted 40 points this season. What's this ambition thing you're on about?
How is that terrible? How is it
you
terrible?
Said 40 points for Chelsea.
How is it terrible? 40 points is the lowest point in
Why do we have to expect a title race? Why
don't you cook me for the Chelsea segment when we're on United? Why do you have to bring my club?
No, but you're being hypocritical then.
I'm not being hypocritical.
You're saying Ten Hag isn't that good because he was supposed to not even get 4.
If he doesn't get top 4 after you said in your player ratings that you might not get top 4, I think that's an absolute flop of a season.
I think United will get top 4. I think that was very reactionary.
No. It doesn't matter what your target was at the start of the season. Was your target at the start of the season a treble?
No, it was one trophy and top 4.
Was it a treble though? Answer my question.
No.
But now you want the treble. So as I said,
it doesn't matter what I want. If we don't get it, it's not the end all.
About the Premier League.
Would you sack Ten Hag if he doesn't get top 4? Because I don't understand what the argument is. Should we sack him?
I wouldn't
Chelsea
sack him.
fans probably would.
No, I wouldn't sack him because I see promising signs. But
so
I don't agree with the way you glorify him and put him in your top 5 active managers in the world after that.
Okay, he's won a trophy. That's more than.
What do you mean he's
some of the managers? Who's better than Ten Hag then? Who's better?
Because your argument about Xavi has quite literally delivered Barcelona's most embarrassing moment in the last 20 years. He's got knocked out of the Europa League.
To United?
They shouldn't even be in that competition.
But they are.
They should be in the Champions League. And they went out to Man United. Eric Ten Hag, the shit manager that you're calling him. They went out to that Man United. Where does this put Xavi? Why does this put Xavi ahead of him?
It comes back to you and your fan base glorifying something where.
Okay, who should be in top 5 instead of Ten Hag? Go on, say Xavi.
Yeah,
Xavi would be in there over Ten Hag, definitely.
By what logic? Please tell me by what logic.
Because they're top of the league.
But Man United can't be top of the La Liga. Like, what does Ten Hag need to do? Like, register to the La Liga?
If
the one chance Ten Hag had versus Xavi, he beat him.
If he delivers top 4, but after your player ratings, you're saying you might not get top 4. That's a flop of the season after.
No, but you're changing your argument. You said active managers top 5. Why is Xavi ahead of Ten Hag right now in an active manager?
He's dominating La Liga right now.
But what can Ten Hag do in La Liga? He's not competing in it. Like, do you guys see my argument here?
It's the league position, Chavez. I'm looking at league positions.
Yeah, but then Manchester United faced Barcelona and beat them. So then technically, it doesn't matter if they're first. Man United beat them.
Okay, do you think Ten Hag had the same job as Xavi did in terms of winning the Premier League versus Xavi winning the La Liga? Because you're saying league matters, right? And it's about them winning the league.
Pardon?
Okay, so is Xavi's job the same level of toughness as Ten Hag winning the Premier League with Man United in his first season?
Not winning the Premier
League. Bearing in mind, Xavi didn't just join now.
Winning the Premier League.
No, because you just said the reason why Xavi's ahead of Ten Hag is because he's first in his league. Ten Hag can't play in the La Liga. We all agree on that, right? Ten Hag's not in the La Liga.
I'm saying if Ten Hag doesn't get top 4 now, you have no right in putting him in your top 5 active managers, which is what after your.
But that's an if. We're in the top 4, man. We're 4th place. What if Xavi doesn't win the league? Then what are you on about?
Obviously not. He's in the top 4. Then obviously he's not in the top 5. Then.
But what are you on about? You're saying if, but we can say the same if for Xavi.
This comes back to
if
your
Xavi doesn't win the league, then yeah, he's not top 5 active managers.
Comes back to United fans glorifying mediocrity. That's what it all comes down to.
But you just said he's. Oh my God, Elliot, are you hearing this? Like, am I missing his point here?
What's wrong with what I'm saying? In your top 5,
the kid is dumb. Like, you gotta let it be.
You're actually stupid.
Yeah, I know.
He's happy. The reason why he's putting Xavi above Ten Hag is because Ten Hag, if Ten Hag doesn't, but that's not happening here. We're in the top 5.
Exactly. We're talking about now, top 5 right now.
Yeah, and active means right now. Active doesn't mean in summer.
No, he's not in it right now. If he finishes top 4 and he wins another trophy, he's in it. But he's not right now.
But Xavi's not won anything. Xavi's done nothing.
Top of the league.
Why does the if logic only apply to Ten Hag? Dan, why does the if logic only apply to Ten Hag and not Xavi?
What do you mean the if logic? Why
if Barcelona don't win the league, if they mess it up
from here? Tell me why Ten Hag is in your top 5 then. Why is it? Why not 5?
He's won a trophy and he's
One
progressed Man
trophy,
United.
okay.
We're in top 4. We weren't in there last
Javi's already
season.
won a trophy.
What's he won?
Okay. And then the one chance he had.
So it's okay for Xavi when you say okay for that. But
No,
it's
for
not
me,
okay
Xavi's 6. But if
Yeah,
he
but
had
why is he
beaten
over?
Ten
Why
Hag,
is yeah, but why?
because
Why
they
is
went
Eddie
against
Howe not
each
over
other.
Ten Hag? Why is Eddie Howe should be over Ten Hag?
Why? What's Eddie Howe done? He bottled the final.
It doesn't matter if you put. Look at the team, the level of team. The team is
Okay,
much
Amir,
worse than
if
Manchester United.
Eddie Howe versus Ten Hag. If you had a choice, would you lose the
What do
whatever
you
League
mean
Cup final or
lose?
that
What do you
Premier
mean
League game?
if I lose? What does that mean?
No, because you're saying Eddie Howe over Ten Hag,
I
right?
think Eddie Howe's done a better job than Ten Hag, so he's a better manager right now. Yes. Yeah, but what's the laughing about? You're just going to bring that one trophy nonsense into it every time.
But it's like you're putting a trophy down to nothing.
I'm not
It's
putting
just-
it down to nothing. Absolutely not. I just think there's trophies higher credibility than others.
It's a major competition.
Okay,
It
so's
counts.
the league. So's the league.
Okay, so what Eddie Howe has done this season has been more. He's achieved more than Ten Hag.
Achieved in not in trophies, but I think he's done a much better job with a much worse team. Yeah,
Is this Eddie Howe's first season at Newcastle?
it doesn't matter. Did he get 300 million plus to spend like Ten Hag did?
Yes.
Okay, so
No, he didn't.
Not in his first season.
No, he didn't.
all right. Eddie Howe's doing a better job than Man United.
I think many
And
people
Ten
would
Hag.
agree with me. Newcastle in the top 4, definitely.
You're just
It's not
picking a
damn
time in which
bloody
Newcastle
fine
have
at
gone
left
ahead of
wing back.
us.
Huh?
When we're going to finish ahead of Newcastle this season, like it's
not.
Come on,
Then
man.
why are you so why were you shivering in your voice saying we might not get top 4 then? What's that?
No, I
about?
said if we carry on playing like this, we don't deserve top 4. That's what I said. Just to
You don't
put myself
deserve- if you
back.
don't get top 4 is an absolute disaster. Of a
Okay,
season.
based on that performance yesterday, a team that plays like that doesn't deserve top 4. That's what I meant. And you'd agree with that. It
that's
was a
the
terrible
flop of the
performance.
season. I'm sorry if you don't get top 4 after
How can
how
we
you
get
Yeah, a
a season
bit.
this season?
Oh, okay, yeah. No,
What is
no.
this
but what,
guy on
Elliot?
about?
Elliot,
Flop
you
of the
keep
season? The
laughing
season's
in
not
the
over.
background. Why don't you bring something into the table? You're just laughing and agreeing all the time.
Because it makes no sense what you're saying.
What makes no sense?
So it's
Explain it to
basically it's like me saying, "Oh, I'm so close to winning, I'm so close to winning," but someone who's actually won something is less than me, but even though he's won something already, he's won a different
Ten
competition.
mean
Hag's
less than
biggest
me?
detriment right now is time. You're saying Ten Hag can't fast forward time and tell us what's going to happen at the end of the season because you're going based off of an if.
No, I just think
Like, if this happens, if
it's
that
back to my
happens,
point
let's
of
just wait.
glorifying. You're glorifying Ten Hag's achievements.
By saying
So
he's
wait.
fifth. By saying
Okay,
he's
wait. I mean, using the if logic, if Ten Hag comes in the top 4, is he in the top 5?
He has to win another trophy as well. Then yeah,
another.
Another?
yeah.
What?
That's my opinion.
What is this metric? Where are you getting these metrics from?
It's my metric. Top 5.
You know,
managers in the world right now.
Xavi.
Top 5 managers in the world right now.
Let's move on.
There's
to
no
Chelsea.
point.
Let's move on to
Spend
Chelsea.
too long.
There is a point. If you don't want to bring anything else to the table,
Or
there
not,
isn't.
or not.
No, because we all disagree with you, Amir, but you can have your point.
No, but it's
move
not,
on
it's
to
not
Chelsea.
disagree. I'm more
All
than
right,
happy.
Amir, I want to ask you a question about Todd Bowley and how you said that Chelsea, you
Yeah.
wanted them to get 40 points this season, and you said that if Potter achieved 40 points, you'd keep him. Now, do you think Potter would have achieved those 2 points
No.
remaining?
Probably not. No.
So you can actively, with chest, say that Graham Potter, with 10 odd games remaining, would not have got 2 more points in the Premier League this season.
No,
And
I don't
achieved
think he did.
40 points.
I think the for what we spent in that January window.
No, but it's
What
not
he
about what
would-
you spent. You knew what you
No,
spent
no,
when
but
you
no,
said
but
the
that
40
comes
points.
into it.
Don't
That
bring that
comes-
into it.
Of course,
No,
it
it
comes
doesn't, because
into
you
it.
said no, Amir. We talked about this after the transfer window. After
Did
it was all done,
No,
the
we
money had
didn't.
been
No,
spent.
we didn't. We talked
We did.
before it.
We did.
Bring me receipts.
did.
Bring me receipts.
Because literally after the transfer window, we said
Bring
you
me
spent all this
receipts.
money. What do you need? Amir, the whole point we were laughing was because you'd spent all that money and you were saying 40 points.
Yeah, and we didn't.
That's
He
why
didn't achieve it. He didn't achieve it. That's why he's gone.
So you think Potter wouldn't have achieved 40 points? Okay.
He didn't achieve 40 points. No.
But you said end of the season. Why did you change?
Hmm?
You said 40 points by the end of the season. Why did it suddenly become
Because I
28
saw
games?
a lot of crap decision making from Graham Potter that was actually causing us to lose games, and he wasn't helping the team. So had to go. I wanted him out from the Southampton game and the Tottenham game. He had to go. And my wish was true.
So
Christmas is coming
What
early.
was the point in sacking Graham Potter? What's now?
What
What
do you mean,
now?
what was the point? Because we were so crap.
I don't think the
What
issue
nonsense
is
is
sacking
that?
Graham Potter. It's in regard of quite a lot of managerial appointments, like Manchester United after they sacked Fergie. It's not the issue isn't sacking Moyes or sacking Van Gaal. It's the appointment in the first place. He went into a club and sacked
I think this
Tuchel.
is one of Chelsea's
And
first
sacked Tuchel.
appointments. No, that's one of Chelsea's first flop
No,
appointments.
the issue started sacking Tuchel. If you looked back,
Yeah, obviously, no
as
one
you said,
agreed with that. I didn't agree
exactly.
with that.
That's when it started, and it was
Yeah, of
again,
course, and Todd Bowley's
again,
head's
bring
on the
it-
line for that.
Okay,
Bring it-
what's your
bring it
opinion
back-
on Todd Bowley? Because you said the culture changed, and you just
I
sacked him
still
as a
think
manager.
the
You said
culture
you're in
has
the
changed.
process.
The culture still has changed. I think that he made the wrong choice. So, yeah, it's on his head. I said it's on his head. Graham Potter's on his
So
head.
two incorrect decisions now: sacking Tuchel and backing Potter.
Yeah,
Actually, a
that's
few
true.
incorrect because he backed
hiring
each manager
Potter
with
and
players,
sacking Potter was 2 bad decisions.
and sacking
Hiring
Tuchel.
Potter, I
Three
kind
bad
of
decisions.
Yeah, three,
understood.
yeah.
Hiring Potter made sense because he was one of the best managers in the league at the time in terms of what he'd done for Brighton. But
Oh, at the time. Bring back managers at the time.
well, he was. Do you not think Brighton were doing well?
No, I'm
Do you
just
not
saying
think-
managers
Yeah,
at the
then
time.
Yeah, at the time when we appointed him, he was one of the best managers in the league. Ten Hag wasn't there. But
Ten Hag
unfortunately,
agenda.
he just wasn't the right man for Chelsea. He wasn't the right fit. So he had to go.
So who's the next appointment for Chelsea Football Club?
If you want to keep with the whole project in alignment, I'm saying that Nagelsmann is the man. He's young, 35 years old, and if there's we need a manager for a long period of time.
What about Zidane?
Nagelsmann fits the books. I don't really want Zidane. No.
Why?
What do you mean? Because I don't.
You're looking for a long-term project.
A long-term project with a young manager like Nagelsmann makes sense. Yeah.
Do you only
What
want
about
Nagelsmann because he
Pochettino?
managed Bayern Munich? Is that it?
Well, no, because he was at Leipzig as well. What's your point?
Do you think is Nagelsmann done enough to be Chelsea manager?
I think he's done more than Potter, definitely, in terms of what he achieved with Leipzig. He won the league with Bayern last season. I think they won their domestic trophy as well. I think it's a right fit. He knows Vavel as well. He's worked with him at Leipzig. I think there's a bit of a jigsaw fit in there.
What is his whoever you get, because it's not Nagelsmann yet, we don't know.
Could be Enrique.
What does this person need to do
This
by the end of
person
the season?
Top 10?
Well, no.
Because do they need 40 points? Let's start with the basics, because we don't know with you. I mean, you change every now and then. If they don't get 40 points, do you sack them?
What do I
change? If they don't achieve 2 more points, what
do they change?
No, answer the question, Amir.
I mean, answer the question. If they don't achieve what you set Potter at and then decided to bring it back 10 games, if they don't achieve the 2 points...
I think they will.
No, I don't care what you think. If they don't, what do you do with that manager? Do you sack him?
my opinion, and you don't.
No. He's saying, what do you do if he doesn't get
what
the 40
happens
points
if,
that you
because
want?
you love the if argument with if Ten Hag doesn't get top 4. I'm doing the if argument. What if they don't get 2 more points?
Yeah, if a manager comes in and doesn't win 0 out of the 9 games, then yeah, of course they should be sacked.
But wouldn't that take an even bigger detriment in terms of severance pay? What
But
the
then
amount
what
you
if
spent on
he
Potter?
I don't.
Potter's the most expensive manager in the history of the sport.
It doesn't matter.
His severance.
I said it's a no. I said it's a no for Bowley.
So you're willing to take another L if they did. So this manager's target, what is it? Just for the remaining season, what's his target?
For me, the target wise is to win games, find his best team, and if possible, progress in the Champions League. If he can, yeah, that's a bonus.
Where in the league
Such
do
an
you want to
open-
finish?
Where in
the league,
I
yeah,
can't
does this
give you a
manager need to
position.
finish?
I don't really care about the league.
Just
I
where?
just
Come
want to
on. Top 10?
But I don't get it then. Why was Potter sacked like if you don't care about
Because he
position? He was
wasn't-
going to get...
Because he wasn't good enough, Chavez. What do you mean? Why was he sacked?
What about top 10? Top 10? Is top 10 good?
Yeah, I think so. Top 10 is good.
But if he
for a
doesn't get
season.
top 10, it's bad.
I just said if he doesn't.
Okay, what about next season for this new manager, this new mystery man? What does he need to do?
Mystery man.
Or she, we shouldn't judge gender.
Top 4.
And what if they don't get top 4?
Yeah.
League's competitive now.
Should be sacked.
But I mean, you said there's a new culture at Chelsea. The correct answer to these questions, if you really believe in the process and don't want a Zidane or an Enrique, is that you back the manager. No,
Yeah.
you're already
Doesn't matter
not
if they-
backing the manager based
Yeah.
on that. You're supposed to get through tough times with them.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't
I
matter.
didn't
So
say
he's
if
the manager
he's the
player.
manager
I
for the
didn't say
season,
manager.
if your manager that you're about to get for the next season doesn't win, like doesn't get top 4 or win a trophy next season, he should be sacked. That's what you're saying, yeah.
I think after the backing we've had in January, and I'm sure the backing the new
But that's what you're
manager will
saying,
have
yeah?
in the summer.
You're saying you should be sacked because then this is no process.
But that's no
There is a
process,
process.
yeah.
Some instant success
There is
now.
a process.
Get
What if
Enrique.
this man-
Yeah, just get
You're
Enrique.
always- you're
By
thinking
Messi, by
the worst.
Ronaldo.
You're thinking of the worst possible outcome. What if this manager does get top 4 and he does progress and we end
No,
up
but you're
doing
already
it?
not backing him.
League
That's
in
what
the
Chavez
future.
just said.
You're already
What do you mean
not
I'm not
backing him.
backing him?
If he doesn't
You have
get
to
top
back this
4,
next man no matter
Not
what.
this-
I said
yeah.
this when Ten Hag came in, mate. If you remember that video I made on TikTok, the first edit, I said no matter what happens, we have a shit show of a club. The fans need to be on his side. If we don't get top 4, we don't win a trophy. You're already like he's already next manager out.
How am I next manager out? How am I next
He's
manager
not
out?
even-
No,
he's not even
in here.
2024, get him out.
Listen, your clubs have expected mediocrity for too long, which is why you're accepting of managers.
No,
That's why
it's
Oli was there
settling
for
in.
so long.
It's helping the
But
manager
this is what you
settle
call a
in.
process. This is what
Settling
Arsenal
in.
did with Arteta.
Settling
They
in.
let him implement his plan. Like they let him
Yeah,
implement
because-
his
Doesn't
because
just
the
tactics.
fans-
just go like that. Like,
Yeah, but it's because the fans hadn't won trophies for so long. They became more and more acceptance to crap and
It's a
mediocrity.
dangerous game to play. It's a dangerous game to play.
Chelsea, I do not want Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea will end up going down the Arsenal Man United route of accepting.
But you said
crap.
that's what your dream was, right? You said this new owner is going to bring that. What you've
Well,
changed?
Well,
it.
how do you know
You s-
Nagelsmann won't bring a dynasty
So,
at Chelsea if he
Amir,
does
if-
become manager?
if-
How do you not
do you
know
want to
this?
do you want a manager for like the next 5-10 years? Yes or no?
Nagelsmann fits the profile. I think.
Yeah, does he? Yes or no?
Do you
So
know
you
what?
want him for 5-10 years? Yeah.
I want longevity as a Chelsea
Okay,
manager.
no
Yeah, I want a
problem. So if he
long-term
doesn't get top 4 next season, are you sacking Nagelsmann?
if he doesn't get if he gets backed and gets all the players he wants and he doesn't achieve top 4, then no, I don't want him there.
The reason why I ask you this, and the reason why I value your opinion so much, is because clearly fan pressure works. I don't think Todd Bowley was ever going to sack Potter if it carried on this way. But the amount of pressure your fans put on, it matters. Your fans actually have a say if you collectively get
Graham
together.
Potter would you have accepted Graham Potter's form at Manchester United?
I think we've had, to be honest.
No.
We've seen
Answer the
worse.
question. No, you saw worse for a small period of time. Would you have accepted?
If the
from
owners were
start of
not
the season?
Glazers, if the owners were not the Glazers and it was Qatari owners and they genuinely backed the manager, then I would give Potter another season.